welcome to 414. Yay! Where we are still on Quopus at the primary city called Tel Bolin. Last week, the misadventure got shot up some more by some piratey guys. Eris got killed while driving Jim and is now trapped in the drone. I decided I'm going to start calling him Jairus to avoid the Jim confusion with Armin.
Good idea.
Eddie almost got blown up thanks to Sai's explosive.
You're welcome.
Sounds like a good day.
The crew docked on the Resolute, where Ella and Hank met the commander, who was evidently an old, at least associate of Hank's from his time at University of Mora. After some discussion and debate, the crew managed to get clearance to go dirt side, even though this place is quarantined. Although Ella stayed in orbit with the rest of the crew to oversee the repairs. You guys went to Tel Bolin, did a little digging around, poking, ended up in a cantina, which you promptly shot up while fighting some Tempest dudes. Some addicts.
Drugs are bad and gay.
Yes.
Stay in school, kids.
Yes, and I do apologize in advance if my brain locks up at any point because, well, as we've stated, that we had the big barbecue thing, so I'm fighting the urge to go into the meat coma.
Don't go into the light.
I think it's the darkness calling.
Something. So, you guys were tracking down one of Lord Micah's bodyguards by the name of Orgamon. And for some reason, everybody looks at the picture and automatically presumes something bad is going to happen. I feel sorry for Mr. West there. See his face and go, well, that's bad.
It's his fault for playing villains well.
What is that actor from? Why do I not recognize him?
Really? That's from that one's from particular ones from John Carter.
Oh, got it.
He was in the 300.
Yeah, this is not going to end so quickly. It won't be pleasant or whatever the heck it was.
Right, so our ears stop ringing.
Yes. Right. Okay, so we were in the cantina. You guys have just thoroughly shot up some fellows.
They were all bad.
And Hank holds up one finger and says, guys, we should try to take them alive. Or, yeah, that's too late.
That one might live.
The bartender's going to immediately prompt that I'll pop in. It's like, oh, you shot my bar. You're going to have to pay for that.
I'm sure you can go through their pockets and get whatever compensation is necessary from them.
He's going to look at you and go, have you seen them? And to be fair, they
already got all their money.
Yeah. To be fair, they don't look like they're in particularly wealthy state of being. I mean, they're addicts.
Well, they probably have, their sidearms and whatever else is on them is probably worth something to someone.
I don't know. Are their arms still on their sides? You did some
that one's missing
hideous
a leg,
damage.
for sure.
Yeah, we were shooting low.
I can argue.
Come
I
into my
tried,
bar and
like,
start shooting it up.
Well,
We didn't hit any of the reasonable patrons, so I consider that a successful mission.
He looks at you with, "Are you serious?" expression.
he's always serious.
At some point, the doctor who is accompanying you guys is going to eventually poke his head up. Is it over?
Well, our part is. Your part is just beginning. See what you can do with them.
Most of them are dead.
Well, fix the ones that aren't. Be careful, they're on drugs.
Right.
To be fair, those drug heads are kind of scary.
He will gesture towards Orgamon, who, if you will recall, was like basically unconscious. And he's like, "Well, what about him? He looks sick."
Yeah. Start with him. Think he needs an inoculation. Or if it's too late for that.
So noted. He will go over there, very, making sure to not step into any of the blood that is around, and start going to work. The bartender will definitely, he's breaking out the calculator and doing the, okay, looks like that's some structural damage there. Oh man, they ruined my jukebox too. So Dr. Lewis will definitely confirm that Orgamon is infected with the virus, but the medicine should, not the virus, the plague thing, the sickness, the illness, whatever, and will and give him the injection. He's gonna glance around at the mess you guys caused, and he's looking at him. He's like, "Well, that one's dead. That one's dead. That one. What did somebody do there?" And it turns out there was only one of them that was not straight away killed, and that was the one that Armin kicked and jacked up and went tumbling back onto the dance floor thing.
I thought one or two of them just lost legs.
Yes, and then they failed death checks. That was a shock to lose that leg.
Well, stranger things have happened.
All right. Jarrus, the drone, just sort of, lowers down on top of one of the tables and then just sort of powers down. Wow, he's going to be really easy to write out of games, isn't he? Oh, he can't make it? I guess he ran out of energy.
It's a good thing Jarrus comes with straps.
Need to put wheels on him, too.
I did pull him out of spare battery last time. But I get it.
Yep.
He should be
Okay.
like those, automatic room vacuum cleaners that drive back to
Roomba.
their recharge cradle. So when he's done, he just flies back to his recharge point on the ship.
About 50% of the time, they do have to be carried back.
was going to say, if you take it to somebody else's house, it can't get back to its charging thing.
Ours still gets confused.
Oh, I was thinking, all right, it's a Roomba, so it just goes in a random circle shooting people.
You have a cleaning robot?
A Roomba with guns.
It's very tech level 9 of you.
It's awesome. It's Mel's idea.
Just saying that, I wonder how well that would work around here.
If I had known how great it was going to be, I would have wanted one a long time ago.
A couple of things that I have actual notes on, but failed to specify last week. Because the atmosphere is so thin, I did not establish this, and I should have, but many/most of the buildings in Berlin are sealed, so you go in and it actually has a solid atmosphere.
Kind
And
of presume that.
And the second note regarding Quopist itself is apparently about 60% of the locals are what they refer to as Jonkerine, who are basically humans who have been adjusted to survive this sort of terrain. I looked through the biotech stuff. They're basically using the Martian Drylander parahuman template, so they don't actually need respirators.
Cool.
Then why are the buildings sealed?
Because that's only 60% of the locals, and this is the big city of this planet, so
they're the Belters.
sure. They do have weird eyes, so they have like built-in night vision sort of thing.
All right. Doc's working on the one wounded guy that remains, and Orkamon. Hank is
He's
talking
gonna start
to the
stirring.
bartender about the sorry for the mess, and how's your coffee?
Oh, I'll add that to the bill.
And I don't know what anybody else needs to do at this point. I guess looking out for the law, assuming there is any.
There is law enforcement types, but if you recall, they pretty much just, unless you started burning this place to the ground, they're a little stretched thin, what with the whole sickness and all that.
This probably isn't the only fight in town right now involving these guys anyway. Or these addicts.
Bunch of jerks.
Would the bartender consider an inoculation as payment?
Oh.
He will definitely perk up at that, and he's like, I could stand to hear a little more about this. What are we talking about exactly?
So we'll pay him in drugs. We can pass off a 2 or 3 if he's got some family or something.
Ah, good idea.
All right, so
Can't say no to
noted.
that.
So he will put down his little data pad thing, which was calculating this stuff. So he's not gonna hand you the bill for 10,000 credits or so. And once it's like, oh, cool, drugs. So Orgamon will actually stir a little bit after he has been injected with the drug, whatever they are, the magic space drug. I hope it doesn't cause him to glow blue and stuff. And he doesn't know any of you, although he will recognize Dr. Lewis. But he looks around rather confused.
Hey, Eddie, catch him up. See if you can get him talking.
Eddie will be sort of sarcastically saying to himself, "Sure you don't want to shoot him up first?"
Well, he has been shot up, sorta.
Speaking of shooting up, I need to reload.
So Eddie will go over to the guy and he'll, turn to Hank and say, "So what do you want to know?"
Who are you? Why? What's going on? Why are you with Dr. Lewis?
Eddie will try diplomacy.
He's got a 17.
For a good reaction, though.
Jeez.
That is.
Well, I seem to feel a little bit better. And you seem a trustworthy sort.
Plus, I got an honest face.
That's true. You seem like an honest fellow.
So Eddie will say it's a business arrangement.
Right. Okay. What are you? And then he will catch himself and realize, he's clearly not at 100%, which is probably no surprise. And then he will sort of pause as he's like clearly trying to get his thoughts into order, and then he will use the challenge, one of the challenge codes that you guys were provided. When you asked, "Hey, we need information, how to coordinate with these fellows or with the bodyguards to make sure that we're not, well, trying to murder his boss."
Did you give us any specifics on that, or did you just say that we had the codes?
You had the codes. I didn't know what the specifics would be.
Eddie will respond with the appropriate
I was trying to
response.
I was trying to remember what the one was in the Shadow movie.
The sun is shining.
But the ice is slippery. Right. He's very much pleased that someone has finally returned. He's like, excellent, good. We were here when the plague broke out, and there were riots at the spaceport, and several of the ships were set on fire. I think I think Master Micah's ship managed to escape, though. Pretty certain we saw it fleeing without us. So Master Micah wanted us to determine where the plague came from, how to fight it, that sort of thing. And he spent a lot of time looking into that and talking to people who'd listen, and he sort of determined that it came from the north. And as offworlders became less welcome here in Telbolin, he organized one of the caravans to go north to a place they call Temple Valley, I think. He was convinced that the plague the source, secret of the plague, or the source of it, or something is there, and he ordered me to remain here. I'm glad you're here because I received a message from him some days ago, and he said he'd found something and told me to gather what supplies I could, and so to join him. But there are not very many supplies in the city anymore. And a mob had looted the warehouse, and then the damn messenger brought the plague with him, and I got sick.
Have you had any treatment?
Well, not well. I feel better, and it's like, because Lewis did give him the shots.
Eddie will turn to Lewis. He's going to be alright, yeah?
Probably.
Eddie will.
This guy, however, and Lewis points to the dude that Armin basically broke his leg, then kicked him and stuff like that. This fellow looks like he will be walking with a limp for some time.
Well, he's doing a lot better than that guy, and Eddie will sort of point to the dude that's like had his leg shot off and he's dead, bleeding out on the floor. I think he's going to be happy with just the limp.
We can hope.
Well, we do have some supplies.
Right. Okay. Well, we should go to the Temple Valley. Orgamon is saying, he's like, yeah, I recommend we join up with one of the mini caravans and head that way.
Turning to Hank, is the senior officer here, and he turns to Hank and says, "Yeah, that's the plan."
That's why we're here.
Then Eddie will say,
Good.
We'll join you then."
How do we find this caravan?
Oh, there are caravans always leaving this, coming in, going out.
So by caravan, we're talking like, camels in the desert sort of caravan, or is there a little bit of comfort?
Well, it depends on where they're going. There's not going to be camels. There might be some dinosaur-like monsters or critters. We haven't had bad experiences with dinosaurs, have we?
Not today.
I don't think we've run into any dinosaurs per se, although we have run into a couple of larger, more primitive creatures.
I kind of like the "not today" response.
Eddie will sort of close his eyes, shake his head. Great. I'm gonna need a pillow for my ass.
Well, they'll have like, some of them will have like contragrav stuff and cargo lifters and such like that. They just generally will use the beast because of there's the terrible tendency of stuff breaking down in this desert. This is a crappy planet.
Mm-hmm. It looks like a fun place.
Yeah, Oregon's like, no, it really isn't. It's crappy. Oh, be ready to get off this thing, go back to Peroslo, and I never thought I'd say that.
Well, the sooner we get Lord Mika, the sooner we can do that.
Yes,
Although we
good
do
idea.
have a bit of a side mission, though.
Wait,
we'll get
what?
to that when we get to that. We just have to track down a crashed ship.
Well, it's a big planet.
actually was the crash? Well, crash was the landing site to the north.
They don't know where it was at because they lost it in a storm. It could have gone anywhere after that.
Well, I'm assuming the storm didn't cover the entire planet.
That was on the other side of the planet.
Okay. So, sort of, yes. If you keep going north, you'll run into it.
Well, yeah, but they lost it in the storm, so it could have. Heck, it could have it could be parked, 20 meters from where you're at. So that'd be pretty obvious, I think.
I hope so. Unless it's cloaked.
Yep. Ooh. No, it's not cloaked.
Well, Eddie has nothing more to sort of say to Orgamon, so he's going to walk away, go back to his chair, and he'll be sort of saying sarcastically to himself, "Great. We're going to be in the desert. It's going to be hot. It's going to be uncomfortable, and we're probably going to get attacked by Fremen."
Actually, it's a cold desert.
Is it? What's the mean temperature?
Actually, it probably is a cold desert because it's a thin atmosphere. It doesn't have enough atmosphere to retain that heat.
Norgamon will say, "I told you this planet sucks."
What's in this coffee? It's not bad. I feel like I can see the future.
Yeah, I don't think this is Arrakis. But what's the future consist of?
I kind of see me walking out that door, but I see it really clearly.
Right.
Yeah, that's totally what would happen to me. I'd gain the ability to see 1 second into the future. Well, we're not going to hang around too much longer. We're going to do what we can for the wounded and gather everybody up and get the hell out. I won't be here any longer than I have to.
Good idea.
Well, Dr. Lewis will tell you there's not much he can do about the guys who are all dead. And he's at least done a little bit of first aid on the other guy, and he's not going to immediately expire.
Well, I guess he can see to his buddies when he's up.
All right, so you exit the cantina then. Now what?
Let's go find us a fun desert caravan.
All right. How are you going to do that?
I should be able to.
The one that said, we party in the desert. You did say fun, caravan.
AFK a minute. Fajitas. Still
The
listening.
one
Fun heaters.
we look at
Do we
one
have a-
caravan,
do we have a
it's all brown
destination?
and gray, and then we look at another, and it looks like a circus. We go with the one that looks like a circus. That's a fun one.
Our destination is Temple Valley.
Yes.
Sai, you want to join me? See if we can find a place or someone going to the Temple Valley.
Sure, you do the talking.
You do the barking?
Let's try not to kill anyone else if we don't have to.
Roger that.
Sai hangs his head. His ears droop.
I mean, if we
switch off
have to.
Hank, I never kill anyone that doesn't deserve it.
Unless I get paid.
I wouldn't
That's
say
Mostly
that.
if I'm getting paid.
Alright, so Eddie's going to be asking around, finding out who's got caravans going to the what was the valley? Rift Valley? Was that it?
Temple Valley.
Temple Valley. I need a coffee.
Yeah. And I don't even drink coffee.
So he'll go around asking if there's anyone that knows of caravans leaving soon, heading for the Temple Valley.
It won't take you very long. You are pointed in the direction of what looks to be, because once you sort of start asking about caravans, you're directed more towards almost a centralized location where they sort of assemble, and eventually there are you're pointed towards a specific group. It looks like probably, let's see, I've got that written down. Yeah, it looks like about 6 fairly large cargo lifters with supplies and stuff. And as promised, there are some large, let's call them short-necked dinosaur-like beasts that are towing the floating cargo things.
Dewbacks.
Not quite dewbacks. Although they are pretty big. They stand about 3 meters high at the shoulders. And in addition to those lifters, there are a couple of contragrav cargo haulers, couple ground speeders, and 6 ground bikes, or contragrav bikes.
Oh, right. We have bikes.
Wait, how do you get bikes?
We take their keys.
So you're looting their corpses and taking their keys.
To be fair, they did attack us.
Right.
Call it
I'm just saying.
compensation for their assault upon our personages.
Right. Well,
Said
there
last week that we wanted to take their transports.
The dead
Okay.
no longer have need of them.
there are 6 bikes out there outside the contragrav. They are. Hold on. They are not quite the similar. Well, they're pretty similar to the grav bike that's in basic. Although these, you can only really sit one person on these. And on the bright side, they use piloting contragrav, which I think most everybody has.
Nope.
Awesome.
I have pilot construction equipment. Oh, wait, no. Pilot? Oh, maybe pilot. Hold on. I think I have that. I do have that one. I was thinking drive for some reason.
Unfortunately, it looks like there are 7 people and a drone.
7.
Yeah. Armin, Buck, Eddie, Cy, Hank, Dr. Lewis, Orgamon.
Oh, Doc.
Some of us walk from here.
And simply, Buck can, I believe Buck is the super mechanic, so he can simply look at these things and immediately tell that they're not in the greatest of shape. They're still running, they're still functional, and he's... Actually, I have no idea what skill that would be to repair that.
Mechanic contragrav, probably.
Sounds correct.
And I don't think he has either of those. Or has that.
Correct, but I have another mechanic at 18.
Yeah. Yeah, so he can probably repair it. if it breaks down, but these things are definitely long past the moment where you go, okay.
Well, if we bring them along, maybe we can trade them or something.
Or ride them. Maybe you can keep them and have Buck make them better. Soup them up. Put flames on them. Could start a gang.
Murder the dudes and take their stuff. That's not a very honest thing to do.
Neither is juicing up and shooting at people or attacking people.
Eddie has no problem.
Well, at this point, there's really not any real reason to take them, so I'm not necessarily inclined to. I had just forgotten that they were there.
Ah, okay.
And
If
it could
if we're going with a
conceivably,
caravan, we're going with a
yeah,
caravan.
it could conceivably be that you look at you thought about it and then you looked at him and Buck went, ugh. Has this guy ever changed the oil on this thing? So the leader of the caravan is a merchant that Eddie has pointed to named Simul Talk. And he is very clearly one of those Junkerins because he's got the strange cat-like eyes. Isn't really wearing a respirator.
Eddie will greet him and
Yeah,
say,
so he's squarely in the middle of arranging stuff when you approach.
So Eddie will greet him and say, I've been told that you're heading towards the Temple Valley. I was wondering if myself and a few of my companions can join you.
And he will look you over and it's like, why would you want to go to there? You don't seem the sort.
We have some business there. Trust me, if it was my choice, I'd be off this rock as soon as possible.
What's wrong with this rock? This rock is my home.
Nice home it is, but not my home.
No, it's really not. It's kind of crappy.
Still, this place ain't my home. And these respirators, they give me a rash.
Well, I guess you could try going without them for a while.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on that one.
Or pass out.
Well, all right. I think we could always use the extra hands. I mean, this is purpose of these caravans is pretty much protection. You guys, are you boys? And then he'll note Armin. It's like, and young ladies do have firearms, I see. Well, that's good. Got a problem with raiders in this area and all.
That should be fine.
Size ears perk up a little bit with a small, toothy smile. Like, so you're saying I have a chance?
That should be fine. Our lads are no strangers to killing.
Well, okay, yeah, we can definitely use the assistance. We are scheduled to set out early in the morning. We're still in the process of loading some stuff up, and I actually managed to get a nice deal on some of these newly arrived medicines. going to be taking a crate of that, so we definitely need some extra shooters.
Cool. So, how much do you pay for this sort of service?
Ah, so you're trying to hire yourself.
Well, you made the offer.
Actually, my friend, you asked if you could join us, and I was glad to let you do so.
So I'm taking it this is an unpaid arrangement.
And he'll give
Travel is the payment.
he'll glance over everybody, noting that, well, I believe Buck is actually in space armor.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you want to come along and serve as guards, let's see, I think we could actually work something out. Won't be a lot, but
Well, I can pay you in some drugs.
wait, you're gonna pay him?
No.
Ah, right, gotcha. It's like,
Sure.
yeah, since you're on foot, let's say 100 credits per.
You're gonna get some veteran people here. You're guaranteed to get to your destination without much trouble. How about 120 per?
All right, I think that is merchant. Okay, so how the hell does that work again?
Margin of success adjusts the price by 10%, whichever way.
I think that's
And
how
it's
it
a
went.
contest.
And Eddie's going to take a finder's fee of 120 per.
He would think about it for a moment, but then no.
Actually, it says winner adds or subtracts 10% of the fair value. Huh.
There is a thing on barter. First, you roll a reaction roll.
There are numerous things on barter.
Well,
It's just a matter of which one
no,
you wanna use.
I'm not even gonna bother with that. He will consider it and then glance at the your team, noting that, well, Sai kind of looks like a badass, and Buck is standing there in space armor, and Hank doesn't look like necessarily like a chump. You do have a skinny little girl with you, but that's okay. You got a dude in space armor, man, and he'll like, all right, 120 a piece it is, and he will offer to shake your hand.
All right. You have a
And then
deal.
Eddie's totally not going to tell everybody that they're getting paid.
We're all standing right next to him.
No, I think it would be amusing if it's like everybody's off, like he's like, here, let me
Wandering
take it.
around, looking at the vehicles.
Looking at the
At
beast.
the dinosaurs.
What the hell is that?
It's a Chando.
No, Eddie doesn't have greed.
Doesn't have to.
He's not about ripping off his buddies.
It's not a rip-off. We weren't planning on getting paid.
Well, Eddie will come back and say, guess what? Not only did I get his passage, we're getting paid.
Good old Eddie.
That seems a bit unnecessary, but okay.
Hey, if you don't want the money, I'll take
money.
your share.
I guess, guess we hold no loyalty to them. guess getting paid ensures that we assist if something untoward happens to them. And knowing us, we're likely to attract the untoward.
So
I don't know what you're talking about.
The guy is apparently transporting some meds that he's picked up. So,
it's not just meds. The caravans basically they will take supplies out from the city to the smaller outposts slash communities, and they will bring back the geodes that were mined out there to the city, and then rinse and repeat.
but it's the meds that are really the valuable cargo.
This time, definitely.
So he's transporting some meds, and without a doubt, there'll be some word that's spread around in the city that he's probably carrying this sort of cargo. There's a fair chance that we might see some action from raiders. So stay on your toes.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, the caravan will continue to basically be assembled. You have the various stuff is being loaded. Other the cargo lifters and such like that will eventually be some of them will be taken away to get stuff and then brought back with stuff. Let's see. So yeah, it will leave early in the morning. And
so
it just occurs to me, I don't actually know what the local time is. That should be a really good idea to know.
D12, even odd.
Sure, you can roll with that.
Odd as AM.
Whew.
So, afternoon?
Okay,
Assuming
so
a 24-hour cycle, of course.
yeah, that's what I was looking at to see what their rotation period. Wow, it is a 24-hour cycle, at least
That's
according to Utzig.
crazy.
That is a very cool pick.
Ah,
Yeah, that needs to be a thing.
I kind of want to play that character. He's a really big dude. I'm going to use an ATST cockpit as my helmet.
Mobile Suit 8ST.
So it's saying it's about 1800 local, if that's what I'm seeing, Daniel. Is that correct?
14?
Sorry, 14.6. Well, that's a 6.
Right, that was even odd for the AM PM.
You should shout out to our listeners in the chat.
Hello.
Cog Whistle and Ranger 3277.
Hello. Right, so it looks like you guys will need to find someplace to stay for the evening. Argamon will point out, yeah, well, we could have used the Skydove freight place, but it kind of got looted. I mean, we could still use it, but we need to figure out we'd have to repair it, so we could take these damn respirators off. Also, are you planning on purchasing any additional supplies yourself?
Yes.
So, two things. One, ask the caravan guy for recommendations about a place to stay, assuming Orgamon hasn't been here long enough to really know that for himself. Two, ask Orgamon what supplies he was expected to be taking with him and why. Although the what may lead to the why.
It was just general supplies, like food, stuff like that. Food, water, pressure tents, pretty much whatever.
No length of time specified.
No.
Pressure tents. That could solve the lodging if we had to.
Something to note, everything in this city right now, because of the fact that there's a quarantine, everything is 150% listed price.
Woot. Paying through our noses.
Well, they're not getting a resupply anytime soon.
It is true.
Wait, I thought Eddie was going to get coffee.
He is, but someone mentioned selling stuff.
Actually, more like buying stuff.
Back in a sec.
Yeah, so right, Simul will suggest, a handful of places. It's like, well, we sometimes stay at this place, and there's that place over there that you can stay at. You don't want to drink their water, though.
Yeah, we'll pick the closest one.
Okay. And then the question about supplies still stands, considering it's only 1400, so you've still got plenty of hours of daylight.
Right, so we'll make the attempt.
Okay, so based off of Eddie's check and my counter check, the guy will be able to, he's able to talk the person down, whoever this individual merchant is. He will be able to talk him down from 150% listed price to 130%. And that's one of those where it's like, look, man, I'm not getting a resupply, and
So we'll pick up enough quote-unquote generic supplies, including some survival gear, because we're probably going to end up needing it.
okay. So how much are you basically spending then?
Well, are they
'Cause
going to take Imperial credits?
Yeah, they're still taking Imperium credits.
Okay, well,
It's just they're requiring a lot more of them for, pretty much everything.
Well, we should be able to handle spending whatever we need to, so.
So based off of the 150%, I'd have to do the recalc. But the eight man pressure tent was like 22,500 for at the 150% mark. It's Ultratech 76. If somebody wants to go there.
Wow, those are expensive.
Well, it's a pressure tent.
Do they rent those?
Oh, he's not renting nothing. He doesn't trust
Yeah,
anybody.
Will he buy it back if we bring it back?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a start. Said they're 8-man, so we should
Yeah.
only need the one. Yeah, that's fine. So do 22.5 for that. Figure, I don't know how many weeks, days, whatever was Orcamon supposed to be bringing with him.
Well, that was just one of those bring whatever supplies you can and join me sort of thing.
Okay.
And based off of what he knows, it should take you 5 to 6 days with the caravan to reach there.
Oh. So we need a number of weeks.
Well, honestly, maybe you only need 1 week. I don't know.
Well, we need the one to get out there and the one to get back.
That's possibly true.
So I figure we'll shoot for a month and as close to that as we can get.
All right. So, what are you spending? Probably around 27 something, maybe. Maybe I'm not sure.
Is that the total?
I don't know. I'm not doing the math.
I don't know what the supplies are going to cost.
I should have watched Mark's thing for the food supplies.
I think I might have those notes. I think it was about the same.
Actually, I wonder if I may have had those, still have those notes.
Right. Right. Okay. I remember now.
That's personnel, vehicles, equipment.
There's a charter fee for the hovercrafts.
I had that.
Oh, there you go. 8 man.
Haha!
Medical supplies.
Look at
comms,
that.
Canned food.
I don't think you're necessarily have to. This would be amusing, where it's like, nope, we're doing this. We're fucking hovercraft. Your chandos are too damn slow.
Oh, that's rent hovercrafts.
Well, yeah.
Which never returned. Someone lost a lot of money on those.
Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that, Mark.
Oh no. Yeah, it looks like we got about 200 man days of food and water.
That was on Focaline, right?
That was on Focaline, and that was actually, you chartered that through what's his name? So really it's on him, but I'm sure
he's gonna come out and murder you guys.
Like, I got
Briscoe County Jr. is gonna be the bad guy. Watch out, he's gonna have a horse.
If he ever goes back. I guess he would go back. We made some money doing it.
Canned food, 4,000 units, 2 tons, 400 person days. Wow, that's a lot.
200.
Right, so just let me know how much you're spending, annotate it, and let's see. Yeah, then we'll just head out.
Yeah, I don't see a per.
Per?
There's no per man cost on there. Where is it?
Oh.
I don't know where he got this. Mark made stuff up.
Let's see if I have that file. Maybe I do. Hold on. I'll keep moving. I'll figure it out. I'm sure.
I'm sure if you wanted to, you could, like, maybe obtain some vehicles yourself. I mean, they just won't necessarily be in the greatest of shape. Because really, look around.
Was that for 10 persons?
I think so, because it was the crew plus all the people. Okay. Problem I'm going to have is I don't know where if I have those files on this computer or my desktop back home. So
Was the tent 22,000?
Yeah. Once you threw in the plus 150, like I said, it was on Ultra Tech. I think 76. Looking. Pressure
Yeah.
plate, pressure tent. Normal 8-man tent costs 15,000 at
Right.
TL9, and obviously it's going to plus. So wait, that was I said it was 130 instead because Eddie talked the guy down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be spending about 60K.
All right, so we'll just say 60K and annotate that. Wee! And you stay at one of those places. You can probably count 60K or the night stay and food and stuff like that as part of that 60K.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. So is anybody getting up to anything stupid during the evening?
Definitely not.
oh, and that was
No.
8 tents at 2,000.
Those are individuals.
Yeah, or double tents. I think they were double tents.
Yeah, no worries. So everybody's going to have the loaded down backpack full of stuffs.
Figured we
Got
put
plenty of water. Maybe on some sleds. And the night passes. The day arrives. Everybody assembles.
We form Voltron.
What does that put the date as?
I don't know, the next day.
364.
Is it 364 or 363?
364.
Today is 363 1122. That's what I said at the very top when I did that.
Was it? Okay, so that make this going to be 364.
Hey, yes, last day of the year?
Next to last?
Next to last, yeah. All right, everybody assembles at the rally point. You find a couple people you didn't know, some people that you had seen before, and all that. They've got the symbol. You can very clearly tell which one of the cargo lifts has the medical stuff because it is guarded. and our drone has powered down for some reason, and he won't power back up. Everybody thinks he might be sulking. So Simul Talk is, pleased to see you. Hope, wishes you that you had a good evening. The usual. Make sure, does one more check around, wanders around, checks everybody, all the stuffs. Then there is a whooping cry from the Chando drivers. The Chandos are the dinosaur critters, as they sort of start convincing the beasts to start forward, which they do in a slow, lumbering gait. They start tugging the cargo platforms behind them, and the various bikes, speeders, lifters, and stuff like that. They all start firing up with their engines, and you head towards the. I was actually looking at the map there. I'm like, how the heck do they get down? So clearly there is
There's a ramp.
I was gonna say there's like a tunnel ramp thing that will, you go down out of the plateau city thing and into the wilderness. And we head north. And exactly as Eddie feared, it's not especially comfortable. Although it's not hot, it is probably really cold.
Could be hot. Depends how close the place is to the star. Like Mercury has very thin atmosphere, and it's like, scorching hot.
Yeah, well, it'd also melt your face to be in it.
It's 0.285 AU. Let's see.
Yeah, it's cold.
Does that?
Whereas Mercury is not.
In fact, it's probably real cold.
How many AU did you say?
0.28.
Oh, you said 0.28. I said 2.8.
Quite close.
No. Yeah, but it's a red, so that means it's really, really weak.
Well, it's in the Goldilocks zone for this particular star.
0.285 AU, yeah.
What's the stats on Corpus? It should indicate what the temperature range is.
E55169A.
Well, at any rate, it's a thin atmosphere. It's not going to hold much heat, except for the direct sunlight. It's going to be like living in the mountains.
Move on. I'll look it up.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's steady 69 degrees for me.
Yeah. Until your battery runs out.
I keistered a spare battery.
At least one. Alright. So, you pass down off the mesa into those wide badlands and start heading north. On the bright side, there are lots of those contraground cargo lifts, so it's not like those are jostling around, I would expect.
Past the dune sea, through the Junlin wastes.
Not quite.
Climate is warm.
I doubt it.
That's what it says according to the planet stats.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I see
we
that.
just had one the other day that said it was friggin' a hot jungle and it had trace atmosphere.
Maybe the plant life.
It's an alien jungle.
Kind of. Yeah, it's an alien jungle.
Still
You can-
requires atmosphere to retain heat.
Only during the night. During the day, you get your heat from the sun. It's like Mars.
It's not the same. Mars is cold.
During the day, it'll get above zero, but during the night, it'll fall to minus 100 and something.
Yeah, above zero doesn't make it warm. It's not worth arguing about.
Oh, yeah? No, I'm just kidding. The Monty Python skit.
I wanted an argument.
Should also be
No, you
really
don't.
low G. Diameter is only 1,176 miles.
Damn, that's tiny.
You're not arguing, you're just contradicting everything I say. No, I'm not.
But where are you reading that information?
Behind the claw.
Which I believe that will probably match up with the Traveller Wiki.
Yeah, I was looking at the Traveller Wiki just now, and it does have climate is warm, which seems weird. But, whatever.
It is only 0.2 AU from the star. That's close.
Yeah, but it's a really weak star.
It's fine.
But we wanted to argue!
No, you didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
I totally did.
Mel is giving an exasperated sigh. I think we should move on.
Yes.
No,
So.
we shouldn't.
Yes, so the first day passes uneventfully. You're really bored, likely. Do see various indications of occasional life scattered around there. It's like this place is really desert, not quite deserty. It's hard deserty. There are like scrubs and bushes and stuff like that, but they're strange looking.
I don't want no scrubs.
Overhead, you will occasionally see contrails that are likely from the starfighters sent from the Resolute, doing like scans and sweeps and stuff like that.
There you go, Phil. If you do an image search for Quopus, your images are the first thing that come up in the search.
Cool.
Neat.
That's awesome. Yay! I've accomplished something.
What's the in Rogue One, the city, the temple city? I can't remember the name.
Jeddah. No, wait, that's
Right,
the
yeah, Jeddah.
planet.
Is it? No. Right.
Whatever it is, you've just renamed it to Quopus.
Don't.
Well, you've rebranded the temple city.
Yeah, the planet is a desert moon. Oh, I didn't realize it was a moon.
Well, that explains why it's so small.
So that means in your image there, that planet is not Quopus. It's the little moon, little rock next to it.
That makes sense.
Well, ish. No, that's what it is in the movie. Whatever.
So you were unintentionally correct in your graphic. Or unintentionally accurate.
It was totally accurate. It was always going to be accurate. Yeah, maybe. Yes, so the first day has passed uneventfully, and then, it probably does get pretty darn cold at night. What is that from?
Star Citizen.
Ah, interesting. And are there any plans for special actions or anything like that? Guard rotations, whatever, for the evenings?
Well, I suppose we should do that since we've been hired.
Are we the expedition's only security?
No, there's some other guys scattered around. There's definitely you will have learned that the thing that has the actual the crates of medical supplies, the guards there were hired by Tel Bolin City, not the caravan, so they don't actually answer to what is it, the caravan guy, Simul.
Ah, okay.
They're
So-
government workers.
Do we answer to someone, or are we, autonomous?
Well, we've been hired by the caravan guy, so we're his employees right now.
Yeah, but is there like a chief of security or something like that?
Not really, no. It does seem like they're pretty seat of the pants here.
That works for us.
No doubt someone will say, hey, you guys need to do some guarding to some of their guards, and they're like, oh yeah. That someone may be Hank.
Hank's gonna end up talking to Simul about his profit margins on these runs.
They're not that great.
I'm sure they're not,
But
but maybe
he's,
maybe as a percentage of expenditures.
Yeah, but his dad did this, and his dad did this, and his dad before him, and things have changed a bit. I mean, hey, now we have cargo lifters and contragraph stuff.
Well, my calculations, if you get a couple more grab sleds here, you could probably increase your profit by 20%.
He will definitely perk up at that. It's like, oh, really? Tell me more.
Say
Blah,
no
blah,
more.
blah, la finance.
No, it's blah 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 logistics.
There you go.
Plastics.
And the morning will come with no event. Sad. It's now 365. You plod along. One of the cargo lifters does break down today.
Hey, it's holiday. We don't have to fix shit.
No, that's tomorrow. Holiday is 001.
Right.
Today is
Damn it.
365.
It's
Tomorrow's holiday.
Eve. We don't have to fix shit.
Well,
Holiday Eve celebration.
they're more interested in actually getting it fixed. They take their
I'll give
time
you a
and
hand.
okay. I don't know what that would be for you. Let's see, because it's contragrav.
Yes,
Which I
it'd
don't
probably
have
still
sort of
be
default
contragrav.
from
207.
default from Mechanic Starship.
Which is -3, I think, is the default.
Puts me at a 15. And I think I have
Mechanic
bonus for
defaults to from IQ -5, engineer same -4, or machinist -5. Can't you default from others?
from mechanic to mechanic. I thought you could.
Yeah, I thought you
I'm
could too.
looking. Default special or specialties default to one another at -4. Although the GM may
So
modify
these are
this for particularly close or distant specialities.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is also TL9.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
my
that's
mechanic
true.
is TL 11.
Roll to see if it matters.
So you'll be at total of -7, I think.
You could probably
Okay,
get
so
away
that's
with
an 11.
reducing that because the Starship does use contragravity.
Yeah. Well, you
Which
can
is
roll it and
tech.
see if it.
Contragrav's Tech 11.
That is
The
a good
skill
one, Daniel.
is mechanic contragrav TL 9. What I'm using is mechanic starship TL 11.
Right, but Contragrav, I think, is a Tech level 11 thing. Or it might be Tech level 10, not sure.
Might be 10.
Oh,
I thought it was 9.
I
I'm
thought so
not
too.
sure.
Roll the dice, see if it matters.
Because we've had a TL 9 ship before that had contragrav.
Did we?
Yeah, the Emerald Monarch was TL 9.
No, that was...
Right. Yeah.
That wasn't...
Yeah, it had
that was
artificial
10.
gravity at least.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that's 10.
No, you're right. It was 10.
I don't know then.
So this is probably a Tech level 9 lifter that uses an imported grav unit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Either way, roll the dice.
Okay.
If you roll a critical, then we don't need to worry about looking up anything.
It's an 11, which should succeed if I was at a total of -7.
Yeah, plus you're going to have at least a +1 from the mechanics who do this stuff as well.
Ah, good. And my bonus for toolkit and penalty for doing it in armor usually cancel out.
Actually, it looks like Contragrav is, at least in Ultratech 223, is listed as 10.
There you go.
So the grav unit in this is probably imported. So
Yeah.
it's either a Tech level 10 or a Tech level 11 grav unit.
Well, he
Yeah.
did say it was kind of a new thing.
Yep. They're all.
I succeeded anyway.
Yep. And they are very impressed by your capabilities. Because you clearly are not from this crappy planet.
That is true.
Yeah, you need to put some duct tape over these inputs here. They'll get dust in there and crap right out on you.
And this safety cutoff circuit, you can just jumper that. Safety is for people who got no place to be.
Yes, I'm totally going to use that. That's the crappy terrain all around.
Yeah.
And now everybody is definitely agreeing, or likely agreeing with Orgamon, who's like, I'm ready to go back to Proslo. Where there are beaches. Sure, people shoot at you, but, there are beaches. And
I find it rather quaint.
Sounds like my homeworld.
Beaches shooting.
90% water. Low law level.
Okay, so, yes, so this was a 365. The day passes. You do, several people do report signs of people in the far distance throughout the day. Sort of like, everybody like ramps up their concern. Like, okay, is that a raiding party or something like that? But it ends up turning out to be big fat nothing. At least one of them is like, once you get closer, or actually, I think Sai actually has telescopic vision,
Yep.
can sort of tell, yeah, that dude was overreacting. That's not a person. That's one of these weird tree things.
Yeah.
The standard boring stuff.
I think Hank and Cy both have some kind of glasses that give them the zoom, and I think several of us have hyperspectral scopes, if not eyeballs.
Eyeball, Mark 1.
Yours is Mark II.
I do have a Mark 2.
And the long trip, it ends for the day. They gathered around. They set up the tents, or everybody sets up the tents as per normal. And it goes tonight. So let's see. Around midnight, who is on watch around midnight?
I'll take it.
I have naturally occurring night vision with my bionic
Okay.
eyes, so
Well, that would make more
Well,
sense.
there are 5 of us. You do D10 it.
Well, sounds like Sai called it. So, Sai, you're doing your watch, however you're doing your watch, and you observe one of the other guards, goes, over to Simul Talk's tent, and starts doing whatever to wake him up. And it doesn't take very long for him to actually respond. They have a little conversation, and he sends that guard over to the other guards who are sleeping, and they are woken up.
I send out the alert to Hank, assuming he'll decide if he wants everyone else involved with this. If he does, he can wake everyone else up.
Bzz, bzz,
Buzz,
bzz,
buzz.
bzz. God damn it.
Some kind of activity going on. Looks like something's got the other guards jumpy. Do you want to check this out, or should I wake everyone else?
I'll go ahead and get up. We'll let everybody else sleep until we know something.
Roger. I'll move to where our guys are sleeping and kind of guard from there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually,
So-
why don't I'm gonna guard the tent, and you
Figure
see
it
if you
out.
can get ears on.
Roger that. And I will kind of march myself over to our illustrious caravan leader and ask, so, what seems to be stirring everyone up, sir?
And yeah, he's gonna, he's surprised because he forgot that you guys were sort of there. It's like, Stan, you're a dog, talking dog too. But he's like, oh, right, yes. Well, we seem to have misplaced a guard, and we're sort of checking it out. I personally think he may have just grabbed some stuff and bolted, but can't be too safe.
Can you be too safe?
Where did this guard go missing? Where was his post?
No, well, I'm not sure. He was on duty, and he sort of disappeared.
If you don't mind pointing me in that direction, I can help check it out.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it's over in that direction. And he points towards, there's just a cluster of, that's where some of the cargoes, the cargo lifters were parked and stuff, or are parked.
Nothing to it but so I kind of I cue Hank. Looks like the guard went missing. I'm going to go check it out.
Roger, stay in contact.
Switching to multi-scan, hyperspectral vision mode to make sure I'm not walking in on somebody kind of doing something or something that's not normally visible.
Multi-scan.
Okay. Not the same. Not the same. All right. Okay, so you are going over there. I guess you're like just searching around. What specifically are you looking for?
Checking tracks and all that kind of stuff. If signs of struggle, except and stuffs.
Okay. Give me an appropriate skill check. Let's see, what check would that be? Is that tracking?
Would seem reasonable.
Barely.
Well, there are other elements there.
True.
Okay, this ability to follow, make a tracking to pick up the trail. Okay, so let's see. So you succeeded by 1, but it's going to be at that plus that. So yes, so you are able to pick up some tracks. As you're looking, the area, you find a mixture of the expected human boot prints and some really weird animal prints? You're not entirely sure?
Hey, boss, I don't know if this guy ran off. It looks more like he might have been drug off. Is there any, report of hostile fauna in this region?
I want to go talk to the boss.
Roger, I'll step a couple steps out, but I'm not going to go too far.
Okay, so
ID any fauna tracks there?
Yeah, I got some kind of strange track patterns. Doesn't look humanoid necessarily. Well, it's hard to tell.
So he can hand off an image.
Yep. I'll take a
oh
picture.
right, hold on. You also have acute vision. That applies to tracking as well. Although it may have already been, factored into your skill. So, are you basically going to be following the track some more there, Sai?
Yes. Yes, I would.
He's like, screw, I don't care what that says. Yes, I am. All right, so you follow the tracks a bit. It's clearly heading
My
away.
I am weapons out. Guns out, fangs out.
Oh wow. Okay, so let's see. I'm not even getting. I was about to have you make a check for something, but I realize you have +3 to acute smell, and your perception is 13. So you're rolling at 16. Right. So I guess that makes sense since you're
And I'm
a
curious,
dog.
too. I just realized
Since
I'm
you're a
very
dog,
curious.
as you are heading away from the campsite, you do have the well, let's see, you've got the rebreather. So is that going to affect your sense of smell? Who
I
cares?
think it would have to.
In this case, it's fine. There is definitely the scent of, okay, you got a pretty good idea. This guy went over to take a whiz away from the area.
Probably needs to drink some more water.
But about and then this guy clearly put some distance. He's about 20 25 meters from the camp, and about there, you will note that the tracks do sort of change, and you find a decent sized rut where it sort of suggests a body has been, well, is being dragged. You no longer see the boot prints.
Yep. Hank, I got. It looked like he wandered off to, relieve himself and ran afoul of something. He was no longer walking when he left here.
Pass that on to the boss.
What? Are you sure? That seems unlikely.
Show him the pictures.
What the hell is
Look like
that?
anything to you?
It looks like a smudgy, weird picture. And he's gonna peer. He's gonna peer at the picture, for a little bit, and he's like, well, we've never had this happen. I've sort of heard some stories and rumors of people being lost, but I figured it was just people being stupid. What could it be?
I'm sure it's some kind of dinosaur.
Well, it's
Right.
not.
Well,
Maybe.
we should probably have some fires about if we don't have fires. It's generally the first survival.
How would that
survival
work
check.
in a really low oxygen planet?
Well, it's a thin atmosphere, but it's not necessarily low oxy. It can probably still start a fire.
They're just pathetic looking fires?
They're probably a bit pathetic.
Maybe even sad. Okay, if Sai is continuing to follow the trail, how far is he continuing to follow the trail?
He's going to lose track of time and how far he's been wandering because, well, he's curious and I can handle whatever's out here. So unless he's called back, he's just gonna keep, moving forward. Assume he's gonna overconfidently assume that his equipment will navigate him back to the group.
And that's the
Besides,
last we ever heard of Sai.
Besides, size, well, he's a dog. He's got his nose on the trail. Ha!
Well, he's got a survival watch, right?
Yes, I do.
So
yeah,
he's got
so
an inertial
he's,
nav.
Yep, he's got it set to return him. But
Okay, well, if he's going to be heading out, all right, give me another tracking check. Let's see, I believe that's going to be at an additional +4 for the group and the terrain.
so a total +8 or just +4?
Okay, yeah. So you should be fine. You might roll a 18.
Ooh, I keep trying.
You were trying. Yep, whatever it is that's making these really weird tracks is definitely dragging, well, this poor fellow. Fortunately, that makes it pretty easy to follow.
Is it one or more than?
There are more than one.
Okay, I'll report that. Hey, it looks like I got more than one of whatever it is, and he's definitely being dragged. Oh, great. Not cool.
I don't know. I think those were awesome. All right, Hank, what are you doing?
Well, after I've talked to the boss and he doesn't seem to have anything, we'll set about with the fires and whatnot, and I guess talk to the other guard bunch and see if they have any sort of trackers or see if any of them know anything. Just information gathering at this point.
Okay.
And I will check back with Sai to see where the hell he is because I can't see him.
Yeah, so from the other, simply from Simul, he does seem concerned, worried, not quite panicked, but definitely out of his depth. The guards are, when you say trackers, you mean like with the tracking skill?
No, I mean like radio.
Well, they got radios. Yeah, we've got some radios, but not any of that off-world tech.
Well, we got TL9. I don't know if you can trigger it to start broadcasting.
Let's see. So, based off of your observation of these guards, they all do seem a bit jumpy, a little bit worried. And what was the other thing that you were wanting to find out from them? There was something, wasn't
If they
there?
had any knowledge of local fauna.
Oh, they got plenty of stories they can tell, but they sound like standard, generic superstition nonsense.
The things that are pulling the grab sleds here are local, I presume. I don't know why you would import something like that.
Yes, but yeah, yes. Most of the guys suspect this is just some bandits messing around with, that are trying to do some psyops.
Well,
One or two of the other guys are, spinning elaborate tales about demon monkeys.
demon monkeys.
Yeah, Rondo was a jerk. So this is, the weight of all of his sins coming back in the form of, demon monkeys.
Demon monkeys!
One of the other guys like, it's not monkeys, man. And then they start arguing about exactly what shape the demons take when they come back to steal someone, take them off to the underworld. The Underverse. Ooh, that's a cool one. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to use that. I wonder if I could throw that at Mark.
Yay!
Okay, I see what they did. That's like if a facehugger got a hold of one of those things from the last Riddick movie.
No, that is one of the things from the last Riddick movie.
Oh. So, yeah, the jaws look like aliens.
I don't think I ever noticed that.
Well, they don't have any eyes like the aliens.
Right, well, that's true.
Yes.
Wait.
So, they don't seem particularly useful there.
Right, well, we need to
Oh, wherever these
be
guys'
prepared for
things are
that.
ranging, they're ranging far from wherever their den is. I'm about, and I look down, give a distance from the camp, and they're still moving on.
At this point, you're a fair distance. How far away are you?
Oh, probably.
Maybe it's like, crap, I'm way too far away.
Let's see. They've been talking for a little bit, somewhere between, not maybe close to a mile away. Maybe not. Maybe half a mile at this rate. I'm not running or anything. I'm walking.
Well, you're tracking.
Yep. So about half a mile.
Okay.
How lumpy is the terrain out here?
Well, it's pretty lumpy.
We might try to get some elevation and see if we can spot any heat sigs out there.
I'll tag this as a waypoint and look around if there's any kind of hills that have a better view.
I am certain there are. Need to make sure that I actually push the proper button.
I's done the maths. The G of this planet is 0.12 G.
Yeah. It's less than Luna. Well, we shouldn't be terribly encumbered.
Yeah, but that's also, isn't that going to require us to? No, it's the heavier G's that start messing with our brains, right?
Yeah, you'll have a dex penalty for anything that requires ballistic calculation.
And I believe you have there is something else. You need to make dex rolls for something.
Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome. Makes things more interesting.
If hunting weird things on a desert crazy planet wasn't interesting enough.
We get to go to these wonderful and weird places. We should experience it to its fullest.
And take out their fauna. I wonder if they're edible.
Okay, so Mark, you are seeking higher ground. Once you have found higher ground, what are you doing?
Looking in the direction that the trail leads off towards and seeing if I can see anything in the distance.
Remember, it is dark. I realize you have the hyperspectral,
Yeah.
but still.
True, and I get that. It's just, if I can see anything. If not, then I'll just, I don't see
Okay.
anything.
Give
Probably
me.
switching more to heat, because he's probably giving off more heat. I don't know. It's a colder evening, and I'm guessing it's probably easier to see under heat than using whatever. Probably switching back and forth, kind of doing the predator thing.
Does it go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh every time you change it?
Absolutely.
I have the sound effect add-on pack to mine, so yes, it does.
Ooh, that's an interesting thought. If you had that handheld sensor pack, if you could patch that into your eyeball and have like pheromone vision.
I don't know if I have any additional bonuses to that. That's just perception plus vision based, and whatever else bonuses you want to give me for anything else equipment wise. I'll just throw a roll at you and let you decide how that comes about.
Yeah, there's zoom on that too.
Okay, so you do not see any heat signatures in your field of vision.
Hank, I'm not getting anything. I'm up here on the hill looking around. I'm not seeing anything further, so either they're moved a lot quicker than I assume, or they're much more difficult to see than we thought.
Maybe they don't show up on infrared at all.
Starting to get a bad feeling about this hike.
Kind of getting a
He's
bad
reading
feeling
right,
about you
man.
being a mile and a half away from us.
Half a mile.
I think you should get back here.
How far is that in metric miles?
We can jump 7.8 times higher and longer.
Hi, Hank. I'll be on my way back. And I send a waypoint of where I left the trail.
Right.
Kind of give a general direction that the trail led off into, and then so you have that recorded, and so do I.
All right. Well, Hank will be passing that information along to the other guard team.
Right, and the fact that you're passing on that this does not appear to be bandits, but something else entirely, only heightens their paranoia and fear.
Paranoia.
It's the demon monkeys!
Something's out to get us.
Do I need to take charge here? Is that what needs to happen? You need me to help?
I don't want to get eaten by the demon monkeys!
Listen. You guys just need to stay back to back, stay alert. Nothing's gonna get in here.
Stay alert, stay alive.
Demon monkeys might get in here.
Even demon monkeys don't like fire.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you said the last time, Hank?
It's never not been true.
That is true. If you don't know that, that's true.
-2 dex to operate in this gravity, unless you have G tolerance.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had it except Ella.
Is that going to be
Yeah, I wonder
something
if
that a
Papa does.
bunch of PCs go, yeah, we're buying that?
What do
I
we
actually did pick up. I did pick up some. What is it? Not G tolerance. It's G experience and another gravity.
Yeah,
I do have G tolerance 0.3 actually.
which means that you only suffer penalties every point for every 0.03 increment instead of every 2 increments, I think.
Well, if you have G experience with a particular gravity, then
Yeah.
I think you base your current situation off that gravity.
Yeah, my closest G tolerance, my G experience is native at 0.6 with an experienced at 1G. So I'm going to take, using my 0.6, if this is 0.1, that's 1, 2, that's 3 increments. But in your case...
It has to be full increments.
Yes, exactly. So 0.6 to 0.1 is... and it's by 0.2, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
Well,
it's
it's
like
0.12.
2 increments.
So it's only 2 increments. It'd have to be
Okay.
below 0.1 to be 3 increments.
Okay,
So
I'm
2 increments is a dex of 2, right?
Yeah, -2.
but with if Buck has G tolerance of 0.3, and it shouldn't be 0.03, it should be like 0.3.
He's not going to have a
0.3.
tolerance of 0.3.
It'll be -1.
That's going to be
for him.
experience.
Well, no, if he has tolerance at 0.3, that means he's by
You don't
increments of
have a
0.3.
tolerance of 0.3. You have tolerance. It's not leveled.
Well, no. What I mean is, so
There are 2 separate advantages.
Exactly. G experience and G tolerance. Experience means I'm experienced at 0.6 and 1.
Right.
So those I'm fine. Anything
You can't
different
have
than those,
tolerance at 0.3.
Yes.
Why not?
Okay. Why not?
That's not how it works.
No, isn't
Yeah.
the tolerance...
Well, okay. 0.3 means that at every 0.3 difference, like what we just
normally
said, is
the
every
increments are
0.2.
0.2.
His is every increment of 0.3.
Wait. No.
Yes.
Yeah, don't listen to me.
Yeah, so
Okay.
You're wrong.
Bucky's
I don't
gonna
know
be
that
at-
I'm wrong yet, but
at
I'm
-1.
starting to doubt my own current understanding. I'm
Everyone else will
attempting
be
to
at
rectify.
-2, Buck will be at -1.
Yeah.
Other than that, there are no long-term effects or anything.
Minus
or no
2
other
for
effects.
Trav.
No, I know what I was thinking. That's right, because I think Ella spent the 10 points on G experience and got tolerant to everything.
Yeah. She's unaffected
That's
by
what it
gravity.
was. I got my signals mixed.
But the
It
cool
happens.
thing is, Eddie can do a running jump of quick calculation.
Excuse me.
And that's the last time we saw Eddie because he achieved escape velocity.
Yep.
Bye, Eddie. Have fun.
Right if you find work.
Eddie can do a running jump of 71 yards. Running broad jump.
Oh. I'm doing G experience wrong too. You don't ignore the effects, you just get a bonus on it.
Okay, so Sai returns, and you're gonna find, well, the guards are up. They're a little less panicked, but they still look less enthusiastic than they would like to be. What is the next intention, plan, whatever?
Right, well, there's not a whole lot else to do unless somebody's going to send out a search party, which could get weird.
Right. So, the half of the guards are doing, it's basically split evenly down the center. The more superstitious ones are, who the ones that are afraid of the demon monkeys are terrified about going after them. Say, it's like, yeah, sorry, Rondo, but you're toast. The other half are like, nah, man, we can't leave a man behind. We got to find him.
I recommend doing this during the day if we're going to do this at all. Whatever had him, it's long gone, so it's either going to kill him fast or kill him slow. But
Demon monkeys.
gosh, Sai is so cheery. So much hope in his voice.
Eddie can jump straight up 5.7 yards. You gotta have
You go, Mantis.
an anime type Jedi environment thing happen.
So he's Mantis in the background playing with the gravity anomalies.
Yeah.
That was what he was doing as we were wandering through the desert. He's like behind us, like, "Hey guys, watch this!" Boing.
Eddie jumps up onto the back of one of the grav lifters and grabs some binoculars out and looks around as if he's doing something important. But really, he's finding any excuse to jump.
So Simul is actually going to look to Hank, who has clearly displayed some sort of leadership capability and a apparent knowledge of security, and say, "What do you recommend?"
Well, let's see. Apparently nobody knows what the hell this could possibly even be.
As an independent contractor, you're going to ask for more money and then give them an answer.
Hey, I didn't know we were getting paid.
We would have probably told you after, or Eddie did.
I mean, I know I was told we were getting paid, but it wasn't something that I planned on. We just
Gotcha.
said, "Oh, hey, we're getting paid. Why are we getting paid?" Okay, whatever. Okay. We don't want to leave a guy out there to be eaten by God knows what. On the other hand, we are fairly ill-equipped for a search. Boy, it's a shame we can't get the goddamn drone working. What the hell?
I know, right? He's sulking inside his shell. I guess the stress of becoming a fully robot is getting to him.
Well, we sure could have used that just now.
Wait,
There was a moment where he
you
kinda
have a
went green
robot?
and said, yeah, well, it's complicated.
That is a true statement. We do have a robot.
It doesn't work.
It's not currently cooperating.
It doesn't really matter if we're ill-equipped. We got to go out there and look around for this guy. We make do. We spacers. We make do with what we got.
I'm okay. I'm awake. So.
Well, we're awake now.
Oh, did you wake everyone else up?
Huh? Oh, well. Yeah, at the point where we decided we had creature problems, yeah, might as well wake everybody else up.
Okay.
At the very least, tell them not to go running off too far to pee. Well, we could, for example, send some more capable guys out there to do a search. Say, leave the townie guards behind.
This sounds like a job for the PCs. Anyone that doesn't have a PC icon floating above their head, you guys stay here.
And for the poor drone for Jairus, it keeps flashing in, then J, in, and then it goes away, and then it comes back to N PC. Sad, sad, sad.
Maybe it still thinks it's our gym.
He's charging.
Okay, so we'll take the PCs out, do a scan. We'll stay in radio contact and do whatever we need to do to keep that going.
Yeah, let's send Bishop. Bishop should go.
I'm tempted to actually see if we can't contact the ship. And see if we can't get them to do an orbital scan, depending on the weather.
You're not going to be able to find a person with an orbital scan.
I bet you could.
You just want to call in a planetary airstrike.
I didn't think Traveller sensors were as good as Trek sensors.
Yeah, I think that's also correct.
Well, that's a true statement, but that doesn't necessarily mean it can't pick up that small a resolution. I think the resolution on the sensors are pretty good. But to be fair, I don't know officially just how good they are.
Well, also the Resolute it maintains a perfectly geosynchronous orbit over Tel Bolin,
I don't mean the Resolute. I mean the Misadventure.
which is in getting
That's true,
repairs.
it's broken. Never mind. Suppose you could send out one of the air rafts or something. Damn, I should have thought of that. No, they weren't letting that. They weren't letting those guys. They were just using the automated. Never mind. It was a thought.
Meanwhile, Eddie is preparing a vehicle or something that we can take out.
Wait,
yeah, we're
what?
gonna
You
Or-
can't
or
take my vehicle?
Or
We're gonna-
unpacking something, so we only travel with what we need.
We'll have to take some first aid gear as well.
Either way, Eddie's getting prepared to go out because he's already decided that this is what we're doing.
We should take the dock.
What? No, this is a terrible idea.
You might need medical attention. You might need immediate medical attention.
But there are apparently demon monkeys out there.
We only bring the demons that, come with us.
Well, they mostly come out at night. Mostly. Nah.
Yeah,
I'm
we better
shitting you.
take the dock. We don't have Abe. Doc, you're up.
Oh God,
Bring
I'm
the crash-
gonna die.
Bring the crash kit.
It's a possibility, Doc, but don't worry. We haven't died yet. Well, sorry, Arjun.
Too soon.
It's Jairus, damn it.
Jairus.
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 Alright, so, yeah, we'll break off. See if we can track him down. And, give Eddie a bag of rocks so he'll stop
Okay.
jumping.
So something. Ooh, yeah. Okay, right. I forgot about the low graph because I was about to point out that Buck is not going to be moving very quickly in space armor.
Graph belt.
But
He'll be in light encumbrance.
yeah, but if we're actually frickin', in that super light gravity, or he goes, screw this, I'm wearing my grav belt. Never mind. I'm gonna have to break the grav belts.
Oh man. Make me put a point into mechanic contragraph.
Go, no, this thing ain't broken. I'm gonna fix it. Okay, so it sounds like the PCs plus poor Dr. Lewis, Orgamon is willing to accompany you, but he is still recovering.
Yeah,
But
let him take
he's
a break.
overconfident. He thinks he can help out.
Eddie will grab the doctor's medical bag off our transport or wherever we've got it stowed, and he'll sort of thrust it into the doctor's chest and say, "Get up, Doc. Let's get going. No point standing around."
Let's have Orgamon stay back and keep an eye on the other guards, because it doesn't look like it'll take much for them to break.
I can do this. He will give you a nice little salute thing and sort of limp over to start issuing instructions. Okay, so
Off we go. We'll head to
off you go.
We'll head to Size Waypoint and start working from there.
Okay, from the waypoint, let's see. I will need another tracking check. I believe Sai is the track whore. Does everybody have low light and or dark vision or something like that?
Hank is yes.
I have infrared.
I think Buck's got low light on the helmet.
Oh, was it low light? Thought it was infrared. Maybe it's both.
I think it's low light.
Eddie doesn't.
Oh, that's good. The doc doesn't either. Like, oh, we're stumbling around in the dark. Monsters are gonna get us.
I'm
Right.
going to get you if you don't shut up.
Eddie will start recounting a story he heard about some demon monkeys who stole a baby.
I thought that was a myth.
And
No, it happened for
Sai will
real.
actually goes like, "Yeah, I think I remember this story," and then kind of add a little bit to it.
No, it's for real. I heard it from a guy who heard it from his friend, who was travelling in the random sector.
I haven't been to that sector.
Why would we want to go there?
Because it's demon monkeys. I haven't killed a demon monkey before.
We need to take a whole lot of Earth urban myths and travellerize them. Urban myths that have lasted like thousands of years.
Right, so, we will need a tracking check.
Should have it.
Should I? I seem to have it, yes.
And that's just with hyperspectral. I don't know if you have any
Right.
other bonuses, penalties. So.
Yeah, so you are definitely, you're like, you can point out, yep, look at this rut here. This is where they're dragging, and he can also point out the strange feet, and they're really wide, but they don't conform to anything any of you recognize.
Eddie will have he'll have the one of the lanterns. And I guess he'd be carrying a pack of survival gear.
Alright, give me just a second.
Need to find a picture of Desert Eddie.
Okay. So the trail goes for a pretty long distance. Are you planning on following it until whenever?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess until we see something that's interesting.
Or we get too tired.
Or we're prevented somehow.
So, you are going to be, well, basically traveling for most of the night. Principally because Eddie and the doctor are both slowing you down a bit since neither of them have any low light stuff.
Eddie grabbed
Well,
one
they
of the
probably got
lanterns.
flashlights.
Yeah, but you're still it's still, you're traveling around in completely foreign territory at night. And Sai is tracking at the same time, so it is a combination of things. It's not just your fault, and it's totally the doctor's fault though, because he's jumping at everything and let's see, as you are progressing, the terrain continues to be, well, less than appealing. The ground is rugged, firm. There's like some nice occasional breezes. And I need everyone to give me a perception check in the box, please. Can't imagine what that would be.
Vision based.
Oops, I used too many dice. Hold on.
Just remember, if something bad is going to happen and you need to pick someone in the party, Eddie has unluckiness.
And that doesn't count against your unlucky use.
Hey, you know what's really sad there, Carrie? You rolled too many dice on one of them, and you rolled better with the too many dice.
That figures.
I mean, it isn't bad, but it's just like, wow, that's pretty funny.
I do the same thing using the 4d6 method to make a D&D character too. I can roll lower on 4 dice than most people can roll on 3.
I think out of the current crop of characters, Sai has the hyperspectral eyeball and Hank has a scope. I don't know if anybody else has it. Maybe
I do not
Buck?
have hyperspectral.
You don't have a compact targeting scope?
Yeah, the one with the HUD and laser.
Yeah, well, if you specifically have the CTS, that's hyperspectral.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
But you're also going to get hit with a what is that? Reduced peripheral vision, tunnel vision issue.
Well, that's actually you won't get that because this is Ultra Tech and it's just going to project an image on your screen, unless you're actually looking down the scope physically.
Okay, so the trail has led you. It's going along through the green is probably not the right color here. It's more brownish, but that's okay. So the trail is going through there, and out of the entire group, only Sai, which surprised me. Those are some pretty crappy rolls, everybody.
You're welcome.
Yeah, only Sai heard anything. And there are these 4, he's like, what the hell? There are these 4 creatures. They are SM1. They're not quite as tall as you are, but they are really broad with with long arms. But they look almost like plant creatures. And we didn't have a well, only Sai is going to be able to react in the first round, as they suddenly are basically lurching out of concealment.
Ah, it's the unexpected ambush I was expecting.
I
Well,
totally know I'm going to end up screwing these guys up.
I'm going to, 3-round shot right into the center of mass of whatever that thing is, using my standard load, which is not my, let's blow things to little bitty pieces and, not worry about the parts or the cleanup. -5. Lighting penalties are in effect.
It is going to be about a -4 lighting penalty because you guys have walked long enough that it is approaching the part where the sun is starting to come back up.
Okay, so that will be a minus.
It got a big moon, or maybe that's the ship. You're not sure.
Are they not showing up on hyperspectral at all?
They are plant creatures.
Doesn't mean they can't be warm.
They're not warm.
It would probably be unusual, but
Alien plant creatures. Plant-like creatures.
And range of... Oh, you don't have your range penalty thing on, so I think that's a -2 for range.
Oh, is that not on? Hold on.
No worries, I got it.
Fixed.
Modifiers.
Resolved.
What? My pistol stuff is not right. I don't understand. Oh, because I'm looking at melee. This is a 3-round burst. Possible 2 hits.
Okay. Is there any... Okay, never mind. I think I've already got that. Ah! I just saw their dodge. Why is it that low? That's some crazy crap. How is dodge determined?
Move half.
Oh.
No, move +3.
And you said they were size mod 1?
-1. They're slightly smaller.
Okay,
Oh.
so...
-1.
Which means
Okay,
they
that
get
still would be
+1 to
2.
hit, we get -1 to hit.
Yep, okay, so I do get... it's still 2 hits. So.
Oh, okay. Give me just a second, I'm looking something up. Whew, okay, that's gonna suck for me. Right, so both hit. Let's see, that is ++.
No, I'm sorry, that's plus. I rolled the wrong bullets, I think. Yeah, it should be the HD, not the HPX. It's PI plus. With a divisor 5.
Right, you shoot this dude, and it tears through, but you're like, what?
Well, it is a plant.
Yep.
Maybe the hex would probably be better in this case.
Well, on the bright side, that one was a little messed up because of that. apart from the one that Psy just shot at, these things do seem to be like, holy crap, they're pretty quick. I believe with this, well, I let you do the full. Well, they come sprinting forward, lumbering forward, we'll call it. And now the normal round kicks in. Because I don't believe I can do a full action on the surprise thing. Isn't that correct?
No, there's no restriction.
Ah, good. Then I'm going to attack Hank and Eddie and the doctor. They have long arms, by the way.
Like how long?
That means I
Extra
can.
hex reach
Yes,
long,
I can. I don't have to be close to hit you, Hank.
Oh, right. Okay.
So the one taking a swing at Hank clearly missed. The one taking a swing at Eddie would have hit, but for cap at 9. Ha! The one that is rushing in and takes a swing at the doctor and apparently hits him.
Because of course.
Because of course. He takes some damage. I get somebody to roll 3d6 for me. This actually works rather nicely. I'll take the first one. Okay, so his health is probably going to be higher than right. So the doctor takes a cut to the, because he's not wearing any armor or any of that stuff. He takes a nice slash across the chest, and he cries out in pain, and then falls to the ground paralyzed.
Oh, that's not good.
And then it's Armin's turn.
Kick him in the face.
Okay, are you burning the fatigue for the heroic charge? Okay, yeah. Okay, so you go in and you kick me. And I do not seem to be very effective at dodging.
+1 for boot.
What is that? Is that crushing? Yeah, that's going to be considered crushing.
Ooh, that's
Wow. Okay. Damn.
She hurts.
She does hurt.
take a step and fast draw my second weapon. Trying to fail that apparently. And let's rock! So 3 rounds from each into this thing.
Remember, I'm at -1 for.
Yeah, that's going to be. Let me figure out the other ones. But here, I'll just throw in the stuff real quick. I did one twice just to get the range in there. So my max capped at 13. So the one prior should have been. That will be the first one. Will be hit by 1. Well, it'll be 1 hit, and the other one will be 3 hits.
Okay, all of them will hit.
I don't know if these guys have anything considered vital, but we'll throw that. It doesn't look like I have any ones.
What is that? The 13?
Oh no, that was just to see if I had any vital hits. I don't know if they have anything like that. So I don't. Why did I roll that one? First damage, 2, 3.
Is that PI plus?
These are PI plus. So I'm probably drilling small holes through vegetation at this point, being rather annoyed that I didn't go with something a little bigger and more. I can definitely tell you that I will be switching loads after this fight.
Well, that's still a pretty significant amount of damage. He knows that's nowhere near what it should have been.
So what are
Okay, so
they unliving or something?
no, they
Homogeneous.
do have injury tolerance, homogeneous, no blood, and no eyes.
Right.
Right, so you drill him, and he sort of rocks back, but he is clearly still mobile-ish.
Well, here it comes. Like our
Is that
friends have
are
no
you?
effect on
Is
me.
that you?
Right. Well,
Oh boy.
chances of me actually scoring any real hits here are probably pretty small.
You're point blank, don't you get in? Oh.
Yeah, we got a lot of penalties right now. Guess it could be worse.
For darkness.
No darkness for me.
Okay, -1 SM then. All right, the low G. Mark forgot the low G.
That's not true. I have it in there.
Okay. 3 hits. That means 3 of these are going to hit me. And they're going to do negligible damage because it's a PI minus weapon.
Well, yeah.
Well, you can always hope for a vital hit of some kind, if they have a vital.
Well, it didn't say
you
they
said-
didn't have vitals.
Just homogeneous.
What did I say? I said torso.
There you go.
Haha.
If they have a vitals, you hit it twice.
So, okay, so that was 28. At what point, when do I apply the divided by? Do I apply that before or after?
That is irrelevant for vitals.
It's still homogeneous. You're still doing times 110.
Actually, I am uncertain about that.
It doesn't really matter whether you apply it before or after because it's multiplication and division.
Well,
Yeah, but I
that's
hate math.
That's a divisor on injury, and that's normally it. No, I've seen that. I've seen that somewhere. There's a thing, but it's going to take me a bit to find it.
Find
For
it.
now, just call it do the homogeneous.
Where did I see that?
And then multiply by because you can assume that even whatever vital is probably diffused as well. So unlike hitting a straight up heart, you're hitting part of a heart, maybe.
If they even have vitals.
Yeah, if they even have vitals.
Right.
Well, it doesn't say no vitals. Because injury tolerance, if they don't have vitals, it'll say no vitals, won't it? Unless homogeneous
Right.
does it.
Yes. Okay, we need no. Okay, no eyes. Okay.
Homogeneous, your body has no vulnerable internal organs, bones, muscles, or other mechanisms.
So you're that
No vitals.
No vitals.
Yeah, homogeneous includes the benefits of no brain and no vitals.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yay! Now I gotta do the math again. So
Well, it's just a tenth.
Hank,
So take the first
yeah.
number.
Yeah, I know. But I had to recalculate the other. No, so Hank knows he drilled that dude. You drilled him hard, and you're like, oh, crap.
Right. Okay. Now I remembered what I was looking for is basic 400.
$2 yards. You're slightly out of my range. You bastard. Okay, so he is going to do that. Cap at 9. I don't know why I bothered with that. Oh, hey, I have a potential hit on you there, Psy. They're just going random.
Right. Are they? Can I parry or? I
The
guess,
reason you can't. It's
Yeah,
melee
he's
attack.
using pistols.
Oh. You
Yeah,
could use
that's
a
true.
judo parry. You got judo, right?
Yes, I do.
You can do no hands judo parry.
That's what my parry's based on in general. Make sure of that, because I think there's something weird going on with my GCA or my character here. So parry. Okay, no, it's all the same. So it's if I do a brawling parry, it would be higher, but judo is lower. So, but if you said I can do a no hands judo, I will do a step back parry. So give ground 1.
I wonder if you can only do that with grapples, though.
I don't know. I think I was just give ground, and I will. These guys are kind of freaky looking. I will extra effort this.
by 8.
That seems
How the hell did you get a...
I
What?
think I pushed something one too many times. It'll still succeed.
Well,
Right.
you rolled a 9, so it'll still succeed.
But yeah, I must have pushed something.
Yeah, the no hands thing is for grappling.
Okay, so anyway, I dodged, so
So you retreated. Retreat. Plant monster is hungry. Wants to eat Hank.
don't get eaten, Hank.
I have a potential hit on Hank as it wails about with its punch. With its claws.
Hmm.
Bah. Rawr, I'm gonna try to eat Eddie now. I have a potential successful strike as it lays in with a nice wide sweep at Eddie.
Eddie will retreating
claws.
dodge. He'll be holding his hand out and going, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't attack, we mean you no harm. If you can understand us."
Go! What is your DR in the... Wow, the leg,
3.
Eddie? Oh boy. Okay, so I rolled. So you are going to take 1 point of cutting damage after DR. So I don't remember what that is. That doubled on the leg?
No.
No. All right. You will also need to give me a health check. All right. You are paralyzed. It will fall to the ground. Now I got to remember exactly how long that lasts. Oh no, they got Eddie and the doc.
What was the local G again? Is that 1.3, 2, 3?
0.12.
0.12. 0.12. Right.
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Wow.
Wow, what?
My jump. My standing high jump.
Are you also pulling a mantis?
Maybe shortly.
Okay, damn it. Now I have to open that up. Sorry. This is all Mark's fault. Okay, it's not really Mark's fault. It's more Work's fault. Yes, that's it. Yes. Oh, wow. So, failure means instant paralysis for minutes equal to margin of failure. Oh, noes! Eddie is paralyzed.
That's bad.
That monster churns and is going to flail about at Armin, who just came over and karate kicked me.
As Eddie's going down, he's going, "Whoa, I don't feel too well," and then collapse.
I have a potential successful hit on Armin. Huh. Poor Eddie. And that totally worked because he rolled crap and he failed the roll, and I was totally gonna just invoke the unluckiness, and I didn't need to.
You got an unluckiness still saved up.
Thanks for rolling like crap, Brian.
You're welcome.
All right, so Armin does a probably higher than intended somersault because, oh yeah, sadly, I miss. Oh no, Eddie is paralyzed. Oh no, Buck, it looks like the Doc and Eddie are down.
All right, what does it look like 2 and 3 are about to do? Like, where are they aiming?
2 is still going after Hank. 3 clearly hasn't made up its mind yet. Because it just hit Eddie and Eddie fell down. So it was like, oh, hey, I was not expecting him to actually make that or fail that.
So Eddie is down. I don't have to worry about shooting through his hex.
Yeah, he's paralyzed, so he fell on the ground.
All right, I'm going to do a 5-round burst at number 3. I don't understand what all the penalties are, so I'm just going to roll it. All right, so what are the penalties?
Let's see. Daniel had those on somewhere.
Yeah, that should be pretty close to mine.
That's laser sight is +1. Rate of fire, I don't know what the rate of fire is. Low G.
The rate of fire will be +1.
Okay, so he's got low G at -4, size mod -1.
My low G shouldn't be too bad because I have the tolerance.
Which one?
I think I was only -1.
So Daniel was at -3 total.
So that should put me at -2 total if we had the same rate of fire. Bonus.
That sounds right.
Alright, and recoil is 2, so that'll be a maximum of 3 hits.
That means 3 hits are going to hit me.
Okay.
Yeah, minus.
And then 3 dice for vitals. Or did you say they don't have vitals?
No vitals.
Okay. There. That's what you got.
4. Yeah, as before, you definitely know you hit him really solid, and you're like, oh, that didn't do nothing. Or didn't do much. Oh, damn. Let's see. The only way I can actually, with number 4, I can actually dodge is if I roll a 3. I rolled a 3, but there are other dice as well, so Yeah, because he's below half hit points, so that's half move, half dodge. And unfortunately for him, his dodge is already crap. Oh! That's just...
And
Damn,
isn't that like
woman!
a push? Doesn't that end up like knocking him move with a 10? Potentially pushing that thing away?
Oh, right. Strength -2 is the requirement for knockback. I'm not sure how gravity affects that, but that's normal.
So what? How does the strength what?
Strength -2 is the damage required for 1 hex of knockback.
So that's going to be 1 hex of knockback. That's definitely a major wound. Ha! Still conscious. Although that said, he's not feeling good at all.
With bullets and stuff, I think it's multiplied by 3 for the knockback.
With what?
I seem to recall with bullets and things like that, the knockback is multiplied by 3. So strength -2 times 3.
Alright. Well, Armin, advance the tracker, please. As you hit him really hard. And he felt that one. Damn. 12 points with a kick. 1 hex and knockback. You know what? For cool effect, he's gonna like go a lot more because of the distance. That was one of those when kicked and everybody's like, damn, if they had seen it. And since we did that, just prone. Yep, they would have been prone. You're shooting at 1. Right. Oh man, I almost dodged that.
Oh, and that's my second burst of 3. So the first one will 2 hits.
See, that's what I needed. I rolled a 1 and a 1 and a 2, and I didn't dodge.
I'm running low on ammo, guys. I only have like another round of this before I gotta reload.
Well, you got to manage your situation.
It's true. Hold on. I gotta pull up the critical hit table. Oh, BS.
Well, he doesn't get to dodge.
Let's see.
He
So
wouldn't have dodged
5
anyway.
5 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blowing chunks of vegetation off of them. Wow. Only doing third of damage.
Well, you're doing enough anyway that it ain't feeling good.
Okay, my hit points are what normally?
Oh, Mark, you're like 2 points away from insta-death. But I failed my first death check, so I guess that doesn't matter.
So, did he just shoot number 2 as well?
No, not that
No.
I'm aware of.
No, I
Oh,
only,
you hit him with 2. You hit him
yeah,
with 2
I've just
guns.
been blasting away on one, trying to bring it
All right.
down.
So this is technically a move and attack. However, I am doing a full. Actually, no, that's right. I can only do half of that.
Hank has noticed that those Gauss rifles aren't particularly efficient against these fellows.
That was only a second ago. At any rate, I was planning on jumping over him. Now let's see. I've got 3 yards of distance, or 3 yards total is going to be the height. So I'm probably not going to get as far as I was originally intending. So we'll call it over here. And he's basically going to land next round.
So you're shooting while you're in the air.
Well, actually, yeah. So I'm doing a Captain America thing.
Fuck yeah.
Or, well, I
Wait,
guess
you're
that would
going to
be a
knee
Blondie
strike him
thing.
into the van?
That'd be a Blondie thing. Is it Blondie? Am I getting that wrong?
I don't know.
Blonsky.
Oh, right.
Right.
That's going to suck for your dodge, since you're in the air.
Oh, he's not going to be able to dodge, but you're also not going to be able to reach unless he jumps.
He's got extra long arms.
That got him to reach 1, right?
Yeah?
I'm at 3 yards over him.
Okay.
Yeah, chances of this hitting are pretty slim, I think.
He says that he's totally going to roll a 3. Yep, never mind.
No. But it probably looked cool.
It may have looked a little cool.
Why is your low G -4?
Because that's what it is.
How is that?
Never mind right now.
Number 4 is basically tracking Hank. And that's pretty much all he's doing this round because, well, he can't get to Hank. Number 3, let's see, who just shot me? That was Buck. Yeah, that was Buck. He is advancing towards Buck to engage. It's like they're not really the sharpest of tacks. Or plants.
Whatever.
But then, to be fair, it's a plant. Ooh, wow, that was a really good roll. So I have a potential hit random location on Buck. Granted, he's probably not all that worried.
No.
Yeah, I just looked. I rolled. It doesn't even matter. I can't. Oh, really? Why do you have
Fuck's sake.
-6? Wait, you put -6 in there.
Oh yeah, that was my attack roll that I put in there.
Okay, so what's your dodge normally?
8.
It's 8. So you missed, but I hit you in the abdomen, and I cannot possibly get through that armor. Let's see. Oh my god. So I don't think 1 point of cutting damage is even gonna get anywhere near that armor.
It's probably not
It
going to
probably
scratch
won't
the paint.
scratch the finish.
It probably won't. Oasis Child number 4 is going to change posture to kneeling. Eddie, poor Eddie. Is Eddie feeling bad about everything?
Not really.
Got my -6 put back in.
Well, let's see. You're going to have no range penalty.
Well, I'm going to leave the range penalty in because since it's clear that the one that's hitting me is not going to get through the armor, I'm going to turn and shoot the one that's on Hank. That's trapped in Hank.
Nice.
So this will be a
Like,
burst
whatever,
of 5
dude.
at number 2.
That makes sense.
You could just fall on that one.
Maximum 1 hit.
1 hit indeed. Sadly, that's only 1 point.
Huh.
Hey, on the bright side, now it's orange, so that is half move, half dodge. Is that correct? Is that how this is coded, Brian? Ah, it looks like that's how you coded that, where it turns orange for the GM if they're
Right,
at
I
half
think
move, half
that's-
dodge.
I think that's how that works.
I just didn't notice it before. And now it's like, oh, that's pretty helpful, actually.
Don't. That guy gets no horrible defenses.
Oh, good lord.
She's going to kick him in the back of the skull.
What skull?
Is she doing the mighty blow again? With a
Between the legs,
telegraph
mighty
to make
blow.
sure?
Send it in the orbit.
Sparta!
This is Sparta! And it's going to bounce off of Buck and fall onto Eddie.
Actually, I guess she'd want to kick him in the crotch so she gets a good lift.
So Eddie or Hank is like 3 feet up or 3 yards up, and he glances over as this thing goes to 5, 6, 7 feet. You're like, ugh!
And I take a shot at it.
Pull!
Eddie will be on the
Ah,
ground
she
and
is
looking up.
Nice. Well, I can't dodge.
Boink!
He
Get
feels
hit
sad.
it in the sap sack.
And you know what's really sad is her her hits are doing. Oh God, her hits are doing full damage because they're crushing damage. Yeah, Mark, I think what's going to happen is if Loki does join us, Melissa's going to say, no, you can't have Armin back.
Why not? I mean, I say go for it. Make Loki create a new character. I think Mel. I think she's got it. I think she's got.
Because, damn,
the
look at
feel
that.
of
That's like
Armin.
max
Well
damage. That's some
played.
serious damage. With those boots. Holy crap. Okay,
Going
so
all
it's
out determined
right.
stuffs. I'm gonna assume that thing is worried about him and not me.
2.
And I guess you can't shoot telegraph, can you?
No.
No.
Pretty obvious I'm shooting at you, so darn it. For one weird reason, I couldn't bring up. It felt like I couldn't bring up the modifiers table. All determined. We're looking at a -1 range. And blam 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 click and 1. So 3 hits on 1, 2 hits potential on the second.
3 hits on one, 2 hits on the other.
Doc says you're gonna die.
Whittling them down, a little piece of vegetation at a time. I'm out. I got one in the chamber. Fair one. Math's hard.
I hate math. Math is evil. So just one death check, which I failed.
User disconnected from your channel.
Well, that makes it simpler.
Who just dropped? I guess that was Mark.
That's about right, isn't it? Who died? That's what I thought. I will just land then.
User joined your channel.
Sorry, I left no one there for you to keep shooting at. But I didn't have to shoot through.
Number 3 is okay. I need to make that first.
Did we launch her? Did he launch into orbit?
Oh right, yeah. So he's at least. Let's
That
say
would've been,
at least
a yard of knockback normally.
At least a yard of knockback, so a yard up. So he can't do anything.
Well, that was only one.
I'm sorry.
He could finish falling there.
Damn it! I got freaking eyelash in my eye. Okay. So
I would have went ahead and shot at him while he was in the air. Actually,
yeah,
because I would have sucked.
So he can't do anything, and he lands. Right. Number 4 shifts to. Oh yeah, I should check that, shouldn't I? Wow, he looked pretty graceful when he landed.
Straight up and straight down. It's probably like, what?
Number 4 goes to standing. Can he actually start moving?
You can stand as part of a step.
Eddie will look up at the stars and go, I think you can actually see Regina from here.
Yeah, and the twig and berries.
Alright, I'll shoot number 3, which will only be a -5 because it's close.
Okay, so anything that's going through is potentially
No,
I'm
I'm going to step first.
Gotcha.
No, I wasn't going to try to
Aw.
catch.
It's not gonna stop.
Yeah, they just go straight through anyway, don't they?
Yeah, for the most part, the gauze are going right through them.
And I missed.
Ow. It's that low G crap.
Well, I guess if he maintained his orientation.
Well, he went up and came back down. He couldn't do anything. Okay. And how much horrible damage does she do this time? What are the chances she's going to roll a 6 again? Oh my god, that's 3 in a row!
Yes!
I guess it was eventually going to happen for her. So he goes back up.
we did go watch Infinity War again last night, and she gets real life inspiration from Black Widow.
Bring me Thanos!
You know, I'd kind of be interested to know how much power she's putting into those kicks to the point that those things go, you know, could you conceivably kick that thing into orbit? I mean,
Realistically, you probably could, depending.
It's lower gravity than the moon, yeah.
All right. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to I'm gonna use a reverse fast draw and put my pistols away.
You had to have the perk for that. Did you get that?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah,
then.
probably not.
Okay, so I'll take an action to. Can I do a step and holster?
Yes.
I'll step and holster both my guns for now. I'm gonna fast draw my knife and go to town, do some carve some topiaries.
Well, you could do that the same round.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, so you're doing a step and ready, and then a fast draw, which is free action off that.
Ooh, tried to throw that knife. All right.
I'm just moving at this point.
Right. 1 is deceased. 2 is deceased. 3, sadly, is landing. So there's not much he can really do.
Well, you could do a move and attack on the way down.
He's gonna try to turn around. How would I do that? Wait, his
just
intelligence is
twist.
really crappy.
Twist in the air.
Gave him a dex check and he failed by 1, so he's gonna get about halfway. However, since he actually tried something, did something, that means I need to make the health check.
Oh.
And he died.
Poor
That
one
was
unconscious.
just embarrassing. No, he's in death check mode. Oh, right, yeah, he's unconscious, but for our purposes.
Out.
Number 4 is
Armin just kicked an alien to death in the crotch.
doing a move and attack on Hank, which failed. He took this wide swing, but you're like, whatever, dude.
Eddie's calculating the escape velocity of this moon.
Poor Eddie.
All right. This turn, Buck is gonna scowl at his rifle.
The doctor is looking up at Oasis child number 4 with horrified and panicked look in his eyes, because hey, it's right there. Crap. I forgot to do something for 4. Okay, good. I'm glad he didn't. Wait, he couldn't have done that. Never mind. I rolled a 5 on the dodge, and that's not good enough right now. Sure, break my poor leg. So 6 points of damage to my leg. Yeah, that is kind of weird.
You have 2. No, it would be 9 points because she has 2 targeted. First roll was a 9.
Okay, right. Right, yeah, okay. So number 4 just took 9 more points of damage. Ow. He narrowly succeeded his death check. However, that is 9 points. What do I have? What is it to cripple a limb?
Half total hit points?
Over half.
Over half of hit points.
That is over half. So she crippled my leg, broke my leg. That's going to be a major wound check, and I failed that by 3, so I am stunned. And he's thinking, well, he's really not thinking. He's got an intelligence of 2. All right. I guess advanced tracker, good to go. Uh-oh, Sai, one of your pistols is empty.
Effects of this low G, is my encumbrance much lower?
Yep.
So, in that case, I'm going to do a. Is that a?
A
I guess I
pirouette.
can do an all-out move and attack. So now here's a question, because I have a move when I go all out. I have a move of 12. Is that?
Because you get on all fours.
Huh?
No, I'm just fast.
How's
You get
that?
on all fours like a doggy. Vargar have enhanced ground move
Enhanced ground
half.
I do?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever
I'm
noticed
quick.
that.
Yeah, but I can't maintain that after a while. I think it's after a couple rounds. I
Right.
immediately start losing fatigue real quick,
Actually, I think it's immediately.
and that might be true too.
Well, the thing is, you can probably jump
Actually,
that distance.
I can get to him in 5, actually. So I'm going to do an all-out attack, melee. So half forward, which works, and I will make this telegraphed and mighty.
What did that thing break? Was that the leg?
The leg, yes.
Okay, he's prone.
All right, so all-out determined.
Yeah, she went for the leg. There was a popping noise, but not a cracking noise. Because, well,
All out telegraphed, and let's see. I'm attacking a prone target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so,
So
if
minus
you're using a
3.
knife, you're using a knife, you have to drop to crouch.
Let's see. So minus 3. So I have to get a minus 2. What is it? Well, I'll just roll it. It's going to be ridiculously
Yeah, I was
high
gonna say.
anyway. Let's see.
Chances of him getting out of this particular action alive are pretty slim.
considering I literally have to roll a 3 for my dodge right now. So, yeah, I'm definitely, as long as you hit,
And that
Oh,
is
yeah,
a
that thing.
mighty. So I will burn the
okay.
fatigue, actually. It should be down to 10.
Oh, okay. I see why he's doing that. Because he saw that times 1.5 for cutting. Damn.
When you use
Wow.
a strength 14 arm with basically a super buzzsaw knife and it's vegetation.
Yeah.
Like I said,
So
I'm turning
you
into
attacked it with a
topiary.
chainsaw.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 15 on my first death check, which means he died. With the buzzsaw. Alright, so the fight has come to an end. You have killed 4 of these things.
Remind me never to fight you, Armin.
2 of your PC or 2 of your party members are at least not moving.
No, we need to have sci-fi Armin.
Oh no. Sai's kind of like, I don't know if Sai has a very healthy respect for Armin. It doesn't quite hit fear, but
I don't know, when she's kicking people to death by kicking them in the crotch, that's pretty close to fear. Yeah.
All right.
So
By this
after
time-
about a minute or so, Eddie will actually slowly start to regain feeling and become unparalyzed.
The first thing that becomes unparalyzed is his mouth,
Damn it.
so he can speak. And he'll say, I've done the calculations. To kick one of these things into orbit, you would have to kick him at 6.75 kilometers per second.
That's still quite a bit.
And
I'm not
if you wanted to
sure
kick him into escape velocity, you'd have to kick him at 9.54 kilometers per second.
Wow.
I'm not sure we want Armin to slap Eddie to wake him up. She might accidentally knock his head off.
That's one way of wiping the smug grin off of it. Yeah, off someone.
Do the feet on these things match the quote-unquote
They do.
tracks we have? And where did these things come from? Is there a big tree with a bunch of blobby things hanging down from it over there?
Not in the immediate vicinity. But simply based on their coloration and such like that, you realize, wow, these things are be able to lurk really well against this sort of terrain. You could be surrounded by them.
That is true.
Kind of does the. It's like, ho, ho, ho.
And a nice little wind causes some stuff to shift, so you're not sure if was that just the wind or was it one of them sneaking up on you.
Well, Sai knows what weapon he's going to be using against these guys. As the Doc and Eddie are brought back to their feet, Sai will take a moment to reload. Changing mags. I'll go with the little more explodey ones that are PI++.
Which is still going to do half damage.
And regretting not having some slug ammo.
Ooh. Yeah, my shotgun's on the ship. I didn't bring my sub gun. I don't know why.
I'm noticing we are actually coming close on time, so I am thinking I think I will call it here with the wind shifting those critters, so you're not sure if there are more surrounding you.
There could be
Mark,
more.
you're totally hot micing. I could hear myself. It was weird.
Could be more.
Yes.
And the GM isn't sure if there are more.
There might be more. And we know in order to kill them, you send Sai with his chainsaw knife and Armin with her boots.
Yes,
But
we will
They need to get their
tactically
attention.
reorient if we are attacked again.
Yeah, and Buck just walks through them like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Why don't you attack me?"
He just lower his
There
shoulder
you
and
go.
have at him.
Buck is bait.
And then one of them is gonna have an acid maw just because.
Man,
That'd be about right.
But yeah, so everybody will get the character point.
nice. I would like to put it into mechanic grav.
Contragrav?
Yep.
Yep. You did some stuff.
How long does one have to remain on a planet to get experienced at it?
Well,
There's
you're
no
a
established time.
yeah.
Well, I
and
know we
you're-
haven't been here nearly long enough. I'm just
And
kidding.
everybody's
Okay, so-
everybody's spacers, so
So
you can make an
here's how we-
argument.
Here's how we screwed that up, or I was screwing that up, and you guys listened to me.
Imagine that. You screwed it up.
The G experience does not make you immune, nor does it change where where your set point begins. All it does is halve the penalties at that gravity that you have it at. So in Sai's case, at his native 0.6, he is normal, and at 1G, he's actually suffering penalties.
Okay, I can be behind that.
Because it's high gravity, that means he's -1 IQ, -1 health.
Gotcha.
At half, I think. Yes. Right. Yeah, so in this particular case, since Hank has normally 1G and he has G experience with 0.66, which doesn't apply here at all, he's at -4.
So
For
Sai needs
increments.
some sort of G. He's got G experience, so he's experienced in 1G.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
So when I'm under 1G, I take half the penalties that I would normally take.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's a -1. It's what -1, -2. But because I'm experienced, I'm at a -1. And because I'm
confusing.
So I'm a native 0.6, and this is a 0.1 planet technically. It's like 1-2. I am at a -2 up into 0.4, and I'm a -1 up to actually I think I should have been.
What's really funny about that is the gravity is so low here, but I'm severely affected by it. But if it was just a bit less down to 0, I would be way better.
Yeah, because we'd go to free fall.
Because then I'd be in free fall.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward. I could see the point there. It's like, because I'm even better at free fall than. Well, no, I'm not. That's not true. I don't have my free fall as high as I want it to be, which is where I'm going to be focusing a lot.
I don't know. I personally, I think having it affect gun ballistics, at least at short ranges like this, it's probably a little excessive. At long ranges, definitely, but even then, I would think computers would be able to compensate for that, which I guess they do. You still get the +2 for targeting if you've got the software. Yeah, anyway. It's kind of weird. So in Ella's case, she has the experience in all gravities. That just means she takes half the penalty all the time, no matter what gravity it is.
And she can actually even do better, like what Buck has with G tolerance. And,
right. Now the G tolerance changes the increment that applies.
Correct.
Whew, that's confusing.
Really
Trust me,
confusing.
I had to read it and a couple times to quite grasp what was going on. But eventually I came to, I just didn't realize that it was having the experience only it didn't really say, hey, you're not affected. It's just half of the effect. Oh, sorry, Kat.
Yeah, so as I was thinking about that, I realized how ridiculous this planet is because it's got less gravity than Luna, and it has only a thin atmosphere, which means I'm assuming here that by thin they mean we can still exist in it without a suit.
Which kind of makes me think that, whoever that they may have intended it to be a 1G world.
Well, I suspect they usually just don't even think about that. But when it comes down to it, in order for it to have anywhere near 1 atmosphere of atmosphere at such a fractionally low gravity, it's going to have to be huge. So no, there's that little pea ball of a planet down there, and it's going to be all atmo.
Well, it has a thin atmosphere, so it doesn't have 1 atmosphere
Well, if it
pressure.
doesn't have 1 atmosphere, or if it doesn't have at least close to 1 atmosphere, then we can't be in it without a suit.
Unless it's a thin oxygen. It's oxygen.
Now, I'm
deprived.
assuming it's treating it since it said you have to use a respirator. I'm assuming that means it's just like high altitude, so it's marginally thin, but it's not thin, which means it's at least close to 1 atmosphere.
Or it just has a very low oxygen content.
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Well, it's quite possible for it to have 1 atmosphere or greater pressure and still be small.
Well, the problem is it's not got enough gravity to hold that atmosphere, so it's going to be spread out.
Well, it still has
So,
gravity to hold it.
if the atmosphere weighs a ton normally on Earth for a random unit, then on this planet there would have to be 9 tons of it to equal that same pressure.
Yarg.
So it just needs to have more atmosphere.
Right, which is what I said. So it's going to look like a fuzzball.
Well, at any rate.
Yeah, funny sci-fi setting issues. Apparently this place is magic.
Well, it's got plant monsters. Cora
That's
fiends,
true.
even. All right. Well, I hope everybody had at least a little fun.
Yeah.
Especially watching Armin, try to kick a guy into orbit.
Definitely.
Armin's always amusing when she gets in a fight.
Incidentally, the atmospheric pressure on Titan is 1.45 atmospheres.
Wow.
So it doesn't need to be that big a fuzzball.
Yeah, but Titan probably has higher gravity. Otherwise, how's it going to retain that atmosphere?
It has... what's that? It has less than Earth. What percentage is that?
Let's argue some more. That's a good idea.
It has 1.3 G. Sorry, 0.13.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Well, then it's got to be something to do with the composition of the atmosphere, because it has to weigh more. I mean, there's no other way for it to maintain that pressure.
Well, I think I am out
Right.
for the evening.
Throw switch.
Alright. Good night, stream.
Good night, stream. Good night, fellow players.
Good night, guys.
See you next week.
Right?
Yep. See you guys next week.